So what wedging does is it gets all the particles of clay going in the same direction. And the particles of clay are like little platelets, little, what we used to think of as UFOs, you know, so they're sort of saucer shaped with a fat middle and slim ends. And they have water between them, and that water kind of holds them together and lets them slide over each other.
Okay.
So that's also part of what I was saying when I was talking about plastic. The clay is plastic. It has that ability for the particles to slide over one another and get lined up. So when I do this demo, when people that are just starting, I actually, let me just get my clay in the right shape here. I actually use a technique that's called ram's head wedging. So if you look at this, this clay, it looks like an animal's skull, right? Or head. So I think of this part as the snout and this part as the ears up here. So now your clay won't exactly be in that shape to begin with, so it'll be a little awkward at first, but just watch what I do. I'm gonna actually put my palms of my hands are sort of around the ears of that animal's head, and I cup my fingers. So, and let me just show you for a few minutes and then you'll try. So I take and let that clay kind of rotate in my palms, and I get it so that it's standing up on its nose, and I push forward. And I roll it toward me, and I push down. And I roll it toward me, and I push down. And you can see that it keeps repeating that ram's head shape. So let's have you try for a minute.
This one looks like a baker.
And it's going to roll toward you. So now roll it up toward you.
Oh.
That's it. And push down. And roll it up toward you. And push down. Now I want you to cup your hands around what's sort of the ears now. Okay, so cup your hands. Get your fingers going in.
Oh.
So roll it up. That's it. You bring your fingers in. Don't have them straight out. That's better. Because if you had your hands not cupped around the ears keep, or the whatever you want to call that, ears or eyes, the ears keep getting longer and longer and longer. So if you keep your hands cupped around there, it holds them in. Okay. So now at this point, people always ask me, how long do I have to do this? And I tell them that you need to do 60 counted strokes, and everyone kind of sighs in misery when I say that. But the reason is that the longer you work here and the better, more efficiently you work here to get your clay ready for the wheel, the easier time you're going to have it with it when you get it to the wheel. And so it also seems like, oh my God, that's going to take forever. So let me show you the speed at which you will wedge once you become efficient at it. This is just a slightly different technique called spiral wedging, but this is what you do. Now 60 strokes doing that, not going to take you very long at all. So that's what you're kind of aiming for.
Okay.
So,
so you're just basically getting the excess water out and the plaster is absorbing.
The plaster is absorbing some water, and every time you put pressure on the clay with your hands, it turns around the clay particles. The clay particles have a certain quality of turning in the direction of force that's exerted on them. So you actually are getting them organized instead of all jumbled up in there. Okay? So I think we'll just stop here for a second and let people... When I have gotten my 60 strokes done, then here I am in this animal head shape. What do I do? So in order to get this to end up and be something that I can take to the wheel, and if you just watch me here for a minute, I'm actually just going to take shorter and shorter strokes until my clay really becomes more like a log, and I can roll it back and forth. And then I kind of pound it on both ends, and then I pat it into kind of a ball shape. So you can try to end yours and pat it into a ball shape. And the ball shape is what I take to the wheel.